Hey mama, your body during birth will be affected by the environment that it's in. And if you are wanting to have an unmedicated labor, or even if you are simply trying to help your body progress through labor as efficiently as it can, there are 5 elements of a calm birth that you should know to help you achieve the kind of birth that you are desiring. I'm Bridget, and I'm a birth doula and a childbirth educator in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I love giving mamas the building blocks they need to love their birth. Knowledge is power, so if you want more information on an empowered pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. One of my favorite things to do for a mama in labor is to help transform her environment. When she feels comfortable and safe in her birth space, the whole birth experience becomes calmer and even easier. So by the end of this video, you will have 5 elements of a calm birth that are the foundation of a healthier, happier, and easier birth experience. So the first element is darkness. Have you ever noticed that most births tend to start at night under the cover of darkness? Now, there are a couple of reasons for this. One, because of the hormone called melatonin that your body produces more of as you approach nighttime. And 2, because darkness provides the opportunity to help you focus and internalize. So first, let's talk about melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that is produced by your body that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycles. But melatonin does so much more than affect our sleep, especially during pregnancy. So in the weeks leading up to the birth of your baby, your body produces significantly more melatonin than it did in the first half of your pregnancy. And then on top of that, your uterus actually starts to grow little melatonin receptors that make your uterine muscle a lot more sensitive to the extra melatonin that your body is releasing. Now, on its own, melatonin isn't going to do anything. But when oxytocin, the love hormone that stimulates contractions, enters into the equation, the 2 hormones work together to produce stronger and more effective contractions. However, bright light is the killer of melatonin production, which is why laboring under darkness or dimmed lights is so powerful for your body's hormones to do the work that they need to do. Now, the second part of laboring in darkness is that it helps you focus on the task at hand. When we are exposed to light, our minds are being stimulated by all the things that are happening around us. And as you reach active labor, the more intense labor, where your contractions are longer and closer together and more intense, the more light that there is, the more distracted you are. And the harder it is to go within yourself, tune out the unimportant things that are happening around you, and allow your mind to relax and your body to move freely and to breathe with your surges. So if you're able to, keep your environment dark or at least dim. Keep the lights off or low. You can bring twinkle lights and hang them up around the room, or little battery tea lights so that there's some light for people to see, but not enough to be distracting. Or if you really want darkness, bring an eye mask that you can wear during your labor, whether it's happening at night or during the day. And I'll link one down below that I absolutely love and that you can use with you during your labor as well. The second element of a calm birth is privacy, and this sort of goes along with why darkness is beneficial as well, because usually darkness helps you feel more private. But privacy is so important during a vulnerable event like labor and birth, because it allows women to focus on their bodies undisturbed. Think about when you are using the bathroom to go poop. Typically, it's in the privacy behind a closed door that you're able to let your body relax and actually go number 2. Now imagine going poop with the door wide open and people coming in and out, asking you questions, turning on and off the lights, and taking notes on your progress. Granted, if you already have children, this might be something similar to what happens to you every day, but I bet if you had the choice, you would poop behind the privacy of a closed door. So the same is true for labor, that privacy allows women to, again, tune into their bodies and do exactly what they want and need in each moment to birth confidently. Now, privacy doesn't mean that no one should be around you, but it does mean to have people around you who make you feel completely comfortable and who will support you in whatever way that you need them to. So maybe for you, privacy will mean laboring at home as long as possible before you go to wherever you're giving birth. Or maybe it means laboring at the hospital and asking for the medical staff to limit conversations that are taking place inside the room. Whatever works to make you feel that sense of privacy is going to help your labor progress, and it will also help you navigate an unmedicated labor. The third element is silence, and all of these elements kind of piggyback off each other because along with protecting your privacy, you're also going to be able to eliminate unnecessary and unwanted noises that are going to be disruptive to you. When most women are in active labor, every sensation is elevated, which means sounds, whether it's the beeping of the monitor in the room or chit chat between people or music playing, if it's not right, it's going to cause mama to feel tense and uncomfortable. And the best thing to do is to turn it down or off. Imagine for a minute that you are doing the most challenging physical activity you've done before, and the people next to you are talking about a restaurant down the road. Not only would it be distracting, but it would also make you feel like what you were doing was not important or as incredible as it was. So for birth team members, remember to keep that in mind as you are in the room with a laboring mama. And mamas, maybe that's something that you want to bring up with your birth team before labor begins. Having a peaceful and quiet space to focus on labor is going to help labor be much more efficient and make coping easier for you. The fourth element of a calm birth is warmth. If you think about what you do when you're cold, you usually try to hold your arms in tight to your chest. You might shiver, and you're probably not very relaxed because you're thinking about how cold you are. On the flip side, when you're nice and warm and cozy, you're more likely to be able to relax. You're going to be able to move your body more freely and not even be thinking about the temperature of your body because you're already comfortable. You see, the point of the elements of a calm birth is to eliminate distractions, discomforts, and disruptions that are brought into the birthing process. So not only is warmth usually comforting, whether it's in the form of a warm hand on a mama's back doing massage or a warm pack on her lower back to ease those aches, or if it's a warm bath or shower, but it helps her focus on her body and managing her surges the way that she needs to without worrying about external factors like the temperature of the room that she's in. And mama, your body is changing and working so hard all throughout labor, which means you're likely going to change the temperature several times, which means that support team, make sure you bring layers so that you can wear or remove as mama asks for those temperature changes throughout labor. Keeping mama warm and comfortable is going to help her relax and be able to focus on her birth. The fifth element of a calm birth is safety, and all of the elements that we've covered help produce this feeling in mama as she is impacted by her environment. We know that fear greatly impacts the woman in labor, whether it's fear of pain, fear of the unknown, fear of the hospital, or a subconscious fear that she doesn't even know about. When you think about wild or even domesticated animals who are about to give birth, they are going to seek out darkness. They're going to seek out privacy, silence, and warmth in order to get out of danger's way so that their body can do what it needs to in safety. When danger is present and animals feel exposed, that a predator is close by or a loud noise catches them off guard, catecholamines, the stress hormone, is released to stall labor so that the animal has time to find safety before giving birth. The same is true for women in labor. When their environment is telling their brain that something is not safe, catecholamines will be released that usually make contractions weaker or so strong that they are hard to manage and therefore ineffective. Labor is an involuntary process, just like your heart beating or when you blush and you have no control over it on your own. And so the best thing that you can do to help your labor progress, especially if you want to do it naturally and unmedicated, is to set up the environment to be as undisturbed and safe as possible. When you provide a dark, private, quiet, warm, and ultimately safe environment, your body will be able to efficiently do the work that it needs to in order for you to give birth to your baby. So the 5 elements of a calm birth are darkness, privacy, silence, warmth, and safety. Mamas, if you are hoping to have an unmedicated birth, or at the very least have a labor that progresses as quickly and effectively as possible, creating a space that has all of these elements will tell your mind and your body that you are free and safe to do whatever you need to for the birth of your baby. And in the end, whether you've had an unmedicated or a medicated birth, the most important thing is that you are both healthy and happy, and that mama, you feel empowered and in love with your birth experience. So thanks for being with me in this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.